Now on Coast TV News.
Rockets in flight.
+1, 2, Lanyards 3.
We finally get liftoff at Wallops Island, what the mission hopes to accomplish from space.
Best times at the Bay Bridge. The recommendations from the Maryland Transit Authority as travel to our beach communities is expected to ramp up starting today.
The dry and pleasant weather continues for Delmarva. We'll see temperatures running a little bit below average and remaining dry right through the Labor Day holiday weekend. Your forecast details coming up.
Ready for some football. The college season begins in the first state when Delaware and Delaware State meet tonight in Newark.
This is Coast TV News Today.
And it is August 28th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us for our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, even though it's Thursday, we see larger activity than the norm on the roads on days like this as we head into the holiday weekend.
I would assume later today there's going to be a lot of people traveling to the coast for vacation. I'm sure people have off today, definitely tomorrow. Got to get that last beach weekend in.
The 4-day weekend in.
Yes, hard to believe Labor Day weekend, but the temperature this morning feels like I think early October.
It does. It does have that. It has that smell, Bob. It has that feel, that crisp air.
Feels like football. Yeah.
And football.
Oh, absolutely. Good morning, Elisa and Matt. It definitely has that feel of fall out there this morning. We've got some places starting out in the upper 40s. Look at Harrington, 49, 51 in Gumboro, 53 in Millsboro. Make sure you have that heavier sweatshirt out the door. It's cool. Not as chilly at the beaches with low to mid 60s, 66 in Ocean City right now. As we have a light westerly breeze, calm inland areas. Eventually, this wind will become more southwesterly as we go through the day. And we do have an increase in clouds. We'll notice that as we go through the morning hours. We still have high pressure in place, but we have some clouds sneaking under that high. But all in all, it will remain pretty dry. Here's Futurecast this morning. We're seeing the clouds increasing. It's a chilly start, warming through the 60s with clouds this morning. Those clouds thin out this afternoon with temperatures into the mid to upper 70s, maybe a spotty shower, otherwise pretty dry and a little cooler at the beaches with 60s and 70s there. All in all, pretty pleasant into the evening hours as a wind shift to the southwest, and we do warm it up a little bit, but temperatures still well below average right through the holiday weekend. More on that coming up in just a little bit.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. +1, 2, Lanyards 3, 4, 5.
And there they go. After delays, the Timex Plus sounding rockets launched in succession last night at the NASA Wallops Flight Facility. First one blasted off at 10:43 p.m. It's hoped their mission will provide clear 3D images of turbulence in the Earth's atmosphere at the edge of space.
A launch from Wallops can often be seen from hundreds of miles away. Here's a video from a neighborhood in New Jersey. The vapor plume from the rocket was visible in the skies there.
And check out the video shot by Woody in Talbot County. A great view of the rocket that, from this perspective, was launched about 95 miles away. It certainly lit up the Delmarva sky late last night.
We are taking a live look at the Bay Bridge right now, and as we can see, there's a couple cars on that roadway. More than 345,000 cars will cross the Bay Bridge this Labor Day weekend. They advise drivers to stay on US 50 on both sides of the bridge to keep local roads often open for first responders. Maryland Transportation Authority says the best times to use the Bay Bridge include Thursday before 11 a.m., Friday before 10 a.m., Saturday before 9 a.m., Sunday before 11 a.m., and Monday before 10 a.m. And for more information on Maryland tolls and safety tips from police, you can check out our article on CoastTV.com.
Crews in North Carolina rescuing a pilot in a plane submerged in the ocean near a pier in Oak Island. Look at the video that we have here. Officials say the pilot, Mark Finkelstein's plane, developed engine trouble and he couldn't make it back to the airport. Rescue crews got to the plane quickly and got Finkelstein out feet first through the windshield. Finkelstein says he decided on an emergency water landing because the beach was too crowded.
New this morning, today is the last day to sign up for the 38th annual Delaware Coastal Cleanup. That's according to Lewis officials. Denmark is hosting the statewide volunteer event on Saturday, September 13th. More than 45 cleanup sites are available, including several in Lewis. Those locations include Lewis Beach, Cape Henlopen State Park at Herring Point, and Gordon's Pond.
Got an update for people living and vacationing in Ocean City. Town officials have lifted the boil water advisory. The notice went into effect after a water main break that's since been repaired. The town says the water is now determined safe to use for all purposes. Happening tonight in Newark, Delaware, the opening game of the 2025 football season for Delaware's two Division I programs. When Delaware hosts Delaware State, got a couple of firsts in this game. This is the first season the Blue Hens are competing at the highest level of college football, the FBS, and it's also the first game for this guy, former Eagles wide receiver Deshaun Jackson, as the Hornets head coach. Kickoff tonight at Delaware Stadium is set for 7 p.m.
It is also the high school football season opener for 4 Sussex County schools. Cape Henlopen and Indian River have home games, while Woodbridge and Delmar start the 2025 campaign on the road. This just in, Wicomico County wants to curb what they say is illegal dirt bike use. Agencies across Wicomico County are joining forces with the state attorney's office to address unsafe dirt bike use on neighborhood streets. Police say the off-road vehicles pose serious risks to riders, pedestrians, and drivers. Salisbury police are asking people to report illegal dirt bike activity if spotted.
Drivers in Milford will need to plan ahead. According to officials, the intersection of South Washington Street and Southeast 2nd Street is closed starting today at 7 a.m. City says this is so the street department can trim trees at the corner. Access to City Hall parking, that's still available, but drivers will need to use Southeast 3rd Street to get there, and the work is expected to finish at 8:30 a.m.
The two-way stop at the intersection of Phillips Hill Road and Cross Keys Road will have some new changes. DelDOT says starting September 10th, they will be converting this intersection to an always stop control with new signs and pavement markings. This work will occur during the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Flaggers will be on site and drivers are advised to use caution while driving through.
New overnight, President Trump has ordered flags to have staff and praising first responders and sending prayers for the victims of the devastating mass shooting at a Minneapolis Catholic school.
As NBC's Alice Barr shows us, as the unthinkable becomes reality again, the violence also immediately reignited the gun control debate.
In a moment of unspeakable tragedy for a school community, a city, and the nation, Minneapolis leaders demanding more than words.
Don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church.
The shooter's bullets blasted through stained glass windows at Annunciation Catholic School, killed an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old, injured 17 others, and reignited the country's long simmering debate over gun safety.
We can't just say that this shouldn't happen again and then allow it to happen again and again beyond that.
Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar pressing for a renewed assault weapons ban.
It's got to be nationally on these assault weapons, and that is the first thing. They're for the military. They should be for the police. They are not for madmen like this person.
President Trump saying he's been fully briefed and that the FBI responded quickly. He ordered flags to fly at half-staff and offered his support and condolences in a phone call with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. The president has so far opposed gun control measures, saying this in April after 2 people were killed in a shooting at Florida State University.
I'm a big advocate of the Second Amendment. I have been from the beginning. I protected it. And these things are terrible. But the gun doesn't do the shooting, the people do.
The president often putting the focus on mental health as pressing questions remain about the Minneapolis shooter who posted hate-filled messages before firing the fatal shots and taking their own life and the community's light. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we're just getting started in this hour of CoastTV News today.
Yeah, coming up, newfound foal. What officials in Chincoteague are reporting after a mystery foal was discovered by accident.
Also, overcoming obstacles. We'll show you a look at an event in Georgetown aimed at allowing families and survivors to do just that.
But first, playing like it's 1864. The rules, the uniforms, the equipment. One team in Lewis has it all. And it is this week's Coastal Connections as CoastTV News Today continues.
Baseball. We call it America's pastime, though over the years some of the rules and equipment have changed. But what if they didn't? As Brandon Ferguson explains in today's Coastal Connections, there's a team in Lewis that plays just like it's the 1860s.
Fielding, hitting, all for the love of one of America's oldest sports. The Lewis Baseball Club and teams like them are bringing the old ways of baseball up to speed in 2025. Founder and president of the club, Mike DiPaolo, says his team is made up of friends and other lovers of the game, but they play a little different.
You kind of get 4 strikes and 4 balls. There's a warning aside and then 3 of each. So you kind of get 4, and the umpire doesn't have to call everything. So it's a little different. It looks different. It feels different. But when you come out, you definitely recognize it as baseball.
Before being reopened in 2012, the Lewis Baseball Club tracks their history all the way back to the late 1800s.
I love history and I love baseball.
The team has traveled all over the East Coast, playing this historical style of baseball in Gettysburg and the birthplace of baseball, Cooperstown, New York. Pitchers are known as hurlers, and batters are strikers. If a bad call happens, you are arguing with an arbiter, not an umpire.
We know the Lewis Baseball Club plays by the 1864 rules, but they even play with the equipment too. Check out the ball they use. You see the laces here going all the way in a different pattern, and on the other side, they even stop. And if you look at the ball that they play with nowadays, you can see the traditional laces, and this is just one of many differences that this ball club plays with.
Patrick Samuto has played for years on the team. For this matchup, his son Dalton got to watch the team play. For Dalton, there's only 2 words to describe watching his dad play.
Very funny. It's just fun having him with me to watch me play, and I get to watch him play, and it's a joy.
DiPaolo says the camaraderie of the team is what drives him to play.
You get to meet a lot of different guys who share the same passion for baseball.
One team made up of friends and love of the game. For Coastal Connections, I'm Brandon Ferguson.
Time is 5:16, and we're checking out the live, calm scene along the canal in Lewis. Got another pleasant day going on, Bob. Actually, it's a bit chilly as we start our Thursday morning.
Absolutely. We're talking about some upper 40s, Matt, inland areas. And yesterday, it definitely had that feel of fall being in the shade. And that wind had a bite to it, even though we had full sunshine. Definitely fall is in the air. Now, the rest of the week, if you're headed to the beaches, we're looking at dry conditions. It will be warm, but temperatures a little bit below average. So keep that in mind. And then the holiday weekend, Labor Day weekend, is looking good. Cooler than average. Highs only in the mid to upper 70s, and overnight lows into the 50s and 60s as we get a reinforcing shot of cooler air as we go into the weekend. Your 5-day temperature trend, average high now is in the mid 80s, so we're below that the next several days. 79 today, 81 Friday, and then there's the cool down into the weekend with temperatures only in the mid to maybe some upper 70s into Monday, so definitely on the cool side. And look at Harrington, 49 right now, 53 in Millsboro, 52 in Dagsboro. We've got 66 in Ocean City, Lewis at 62. So make sure you have that sweatshirt out the door. You will need it. At least the winds are calm or light right now. And this is not the visible satellite. This is the infrared satellite showing increasing clouds now across Delmarva. As we'll see this through the morning hours, nothing in the way of rain. We have high pressure in charge right now. That will start to slide offshore. Winds pick up out of the southwest. There's a cold front to the north. That'll swing through as we go into the latter part of Friday. I don't think we're going to be seeing rain with it. It's got rain with it now across the Great Lakes, but it will bring that reinforcing shot of cooler air as we go into the weekend. Here's Futurecast this morning. We have the clouds. We'll call it mostly cloudy this morning. Temperatures rising into the 60s, and then by the noon hour, I think we'll start to see those clouds breaking up, and temperatures in the mid to upper 70s this afternoon. Maybe a spotty shower, but for the most part, we're dry. And as we head into the evening hours, we're looking at breezy conditions, and that will tend to keep temperatures temperatures up a little bit through the overnight, and by tomorrow morning, we're in the 50s and low 60s, and then heading into your Friday afternoon, upper 70s to low 80s. Then that cold front will drop in and we'll start to cool off even more as we go into the weekend. As the winds are turning in out of the south later today and then into Friday out of the southwest, but then the cold front moves through as we go into Friday evening, and then by Saturday morning, those winds turn to the north, and that will drive in that cooler air for the upcoming weekend. As a matter of fact, here's our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook taking us through Labor Day in the first week of September, looking at temperatures remaining below normal, in fact, well below normal just to our south and west. So the cool trend will continue. Around 79 in Seaford today and into Georgetown as well. Becoming breezy out of the southwest later today. Rehoboth around 77 for the eastern shore. Looking at Cambridge around 77, 80 in Vienna, and farther south, Pocomoke City around 80 with Berlin and Ocean City topping out in the upper 70s. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Friday is the warmest day of the next several with a high of 81, mostly sunny. Then we head into the Labor Day holiday weekend. Temperatures cool. 76 Saturday, overnight lows in the mid 50s, upper 70s Sunday, and Labor Day itself mostly sunny, 77, and we keep it cool right through Tuesday and Wednesday, and dry too, with a mix of sun and clouds, highs in the upper 70s and lows in the 50s to around 60 degrees.
All right, thank you, Bob. Last night in Georgetown, a candlelight vigil, the Attack Addiction Candlelight Vigil took place, and this event serves as a way for families to remember their lost loved ones or for those who have overcome addiction in sharing their story.
CoastTV photojournalist Matt Hipsman takes us to Georgetown Circle, where there was education and remembrance.
So tonight is Overdose Awareness. It is an international event that is a time to bring folks together and celebrate those that have lost their life to overdose.
So Attack Addiction ranges throughout the entire state of Delaware. In all 3 counties we have a presence.
The number one thing you heard from caretakers or the loved ones is like, oh my God, it's so shameful. I'm so ashamed. I'm so this. Why? It's human nature, right? Everyone's addicted to something.
This event allows everyone to come together and really have a day of fellowship and not feel so isolated. The disease of addiction can make you feel isolated. And we've been building the Sussex County addiction group over the last several years, and we've gained vendors, we've gained people who have other services that we can provide, and we've been coming together for multiple events.
This is my son, Vincent. He passed away on July 17th, 8 years ago. We were talking the night before, we were laughing, and he said, "Ma, I'll call you in the morning." And 5 hours later, the call that I got was from his father saying he had passed away from a heroin overdose. I think that it's important for everybody to understand is that, you know, it was not a moral failing on my son's part. It was not a parental failing on my part. Not of any parent, of any kid here in this park this evening. Addiction is a disease that reaches deep, and it has a tight hold, and we don't know when it's going to rear its ugly head again.
We're out here giving hope, you know, to those that's still stuck in a dark place, like I once was. You know what I mean? And I still fight it to this day. It's an everyday battle. It starts with you gotta have this much willingness. That's where it first starts. You got to be really sick and tired of some things. Heartache that you cause yourself and your loved ones. And you really gotta put your best foot forward. Get yourself around a bunch of clean, sober people. And get a real strong support system. Meetings really help, really help. I don't go because I have to go, I go because I wanna go.
Up next on Coast TV News today, newfound foal. What seemed off about the ponies in Chincoteague that led to a discovery. We'll be right back. According to the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company, the newest addition to the Chincoteague ponies was spotted by a cowboy cruise company tour. They say this happened on Assateague Island on August 26th. The fire company's own Captain Hunter Leonard was conducting the boat tour and immediately knew something was off. The foal was standing with an adult mare, Marshmallow, but the foal wasn't hers. Captain Hunter Leonard has details about what happened.
She basically came after me. And I don't know how to describe it, but you think of like the bullfighters, like when a horse is running at you, all you can do is sidestep. And so she was trying to protect the foal.
And despite the protection from Marshmallow, the Saltwater Cowboys were able to capture the foal. They brought the foal safely to Leonard Farm, where they successfully introduced them to another mare. And it's a cool start to our Thursday morning. Hard to believe it is August 28th with this weather.
Yeah, August is going out like a lamb. I think Bob's tracking another nice day for our beaches.
Yeah.
And I did not follow my own advice. I did not wear a sweatshirt or a heavier outer garment. It was chilly this morning, you know, and it still is with 40s and 50s, 60s at the beaches. And we're looking at some clouds today at the coast, mid-70s in Ocean City and Fenwick Island. Rip current risk is low. UV index is still high. That sun angle will still burn you. Mid-70s in Lewis, and the same for Rehoboth. I think we'll see more sunshine this afternoon with the clouds this morning. And then on the bay side, your waves around 1 foot. And we're looking at temperatures in the mid-70s for Cambridge and similar conditions for Crisfield. And we're going to keep these same weather conditions going right into the upcoming holiday weekend. I'll have much more on the Labor Day forecast coming up in the next half hour.
And after the break on Coast TV News today, transportation takeover will tell you the potential plans from the Trump administration for a major hub in the capital.
Also, Bethany bike updates, what projects officials are set to discuss later today.
And after several delays, the launch at Wallops Island took off. We'll show you the big event. Coast TV News today. We'll be right back.
Now on Coast TV News.
Traffic to the beach. What the Maryland Transportation Authority is saying about the expected increase of cars on the roads heading into Labor Day weekend on our coast.
Wallops liftoff.
+1, 2, lanyards 3.
Now that the rockets have left Delmarva, what this mission hopes to accomplish in space.
The dry and pleasant weather continues for Delmarva. We'll see temperatures running a little bit below average and remaining dry right through the Labor Day holiday weekend. Your forecast details coming up.
Bethany Bike Safety, the initiatives in the beach community ahead of a feedback session scheduled for the fall.
This is Coast TV News Today.
It's August 28th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
And the time is 5:31. We're getting ever so close to those Labor Day weekend shows.
Do you want to sing the Jimmy Buffett song?
I was thinking about it. It's been
really?
stuck in my mind.
You're going to sing it?
No, I was thinking about it.
Come on,
I know the demand, Bob, for my vocal,
yes.
My karaoke.
One day, Bob.
There is a
day.
demand out there. I just don't think this is the time or place for it.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Come Monday, it'll be all right. Yeah, well, that's what Matt meant to sing, Come Monday by Jimmy Buffett. Now I've got the song in my head, and I'm thinking of warmer conditions, but the temperatures are showing cold weather. 48 in Harrington right now. We've got 51 in Delmar and Gumboro, 53 in Willards. It's chilly out there. Coldest morning we've seen in some time. 60s at the beaches, Lewis 62, Rehoboth 61, and a light westerly breeze. So at least we're not talking wind chill or anything like that, but clouds are beginning to increase across Delmarva. Nothing in the way of rain as we still have high pressure in charge. And you can see the cloud cover across Virginia and back into the Carolinas. So we'll be seeing these clouds building in, but there is some clearing behind this area of cloudiness. And I think we will see things start to clear out as we go into the afternoon. But we've got the clouds this morning warming into the 60s, and then by noon a little bit more in the way of sun, mid to upper 70s and 70s at the coast too. Maybe a stray shower into the afternoon. I don't think that's a big chance, and then we'll clear it out some more as we go into the evening hours with 70s on the way. Ferry riding forecast looking pretty good. Mix of sun and clouds, 60s and then 70s with a light southwest breeze. So I think a pretty smooth ride up to Cape May as we go through the day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. +1, 2, lanyards 3, 4, 5.
There they go. After delays, the Tomex Plus sounding rockets launched in succession last night at the NASA Wallops Flight Facility. The first one blasted off at 10:43 p.m. It is hoped their mission will provide clear 3D images of turbulence in Earth's atmosphere at the edge of space.
And we are now taking a live look at the Bay Bridge in Maryland. You can see traffic light in that one lane, but on the left side, plenty of cars coming in the other direction. According to the Maryland Transportation Authority, more than 345,000 cars will cross the Bay Bridge this Labor Day weekend. And they advise drivers to stay on US 50 on both sides of the bridge and not to use local roads in an attempt to get around backups. That's to keep those local roads open for first responders. The Maryland Transportation Authority says the best times to use the bridge include Thursday before 11 a.m., Friday before 10 a.m., Saturday before 9 a.m., and Sunday before 11 a.m., also Monday before 10 a.m.
Later this morning in Bethany Beach, town officials are expected to receive some updates on bicycle safety efforts. According to the Bethany Beach Bicycle and Pedestrian Safety Committee, this includes observations they received from trolley rides along Wave 3.0 specific initiatives and preparations for the community feedback session in October. Today's meeting begins at 10 a.m.
Today's the last day to sign up for the 38th annual Delaware Coastal Cleanup. That's according to Lewis officials. Denmark is hosting the statewide volunteer event on Saturday, September 13th, and more than 45 cleanup sites are available. There's several actually in Lewis. Those include Lewis Beach, Cape Henlopen State Park at Herring Point, and Gordon's Pond.
New overnight, Minneapolis is bracing against a wave of grief, shock, and frustration following the deadly shooting rampage at a Catholic school on Wednesday.
Yeah, Reed Binion shows us how state, local, federal authorities, and elected officials are joining community members as they mourn.
A community coming together in mourning after a horrific act of violence.
Beyond heartbroken for the unimaginable that happened this morning at Annunciation.
The candlelight vigil after a shooter opened fire during morning mass at a Catholic school in Minneapolis.
Our daughter was crying. We were all parents crying. You see kids wearing shirts with blood of other kids.
City leaders pledging support for the community.
We hold these families in our hearts. We all do.
The strength, the love, the hope that I see here tonight being with all of you, take that. Hold it.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry hailing the bravery of school staff who he said threw their bodies on top of children to protect them.
I'm so grateful for the teachers and the faculty that truly acted in heroic fashion to save lives. Our police officers that ran towards that danger.
While the shock, grief, and heartache were met with love and compassion, there was also anger and calls for action.
Don't let anybody tell you that it's not about guns, because it is.
My thoughts and my prayers, yes, I'm thinking, I'm praying about what we are going to do.
We are a city united in grief. Let us take the next step to be a city united in action.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Drivers in Milford will need to plan ahead. That's according to officials. The intersection of South Washington Street and Southeast 2nd Street closed starting today at 7 a.m. The city says this is so the street department can trim trees at the corner. Access to City Hall parking still available, but drivers will need to use the Southeast 3rd Street to get there, and the work's expected to finish at 8:30 a.m.
We are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. The Trump administration says it's planning to take over management of Washington, D.C.'s Union Station. The station serves as travel hub for Amtrak and the city's metro lines and has been under Amtrak management for just over a year. The Department of Transportation's news release says the efforts were part of the broader initiative, echoing the president's March executive order laying out efforts to fight crime and promote beautification in the capital.
The newly installed director of the Centers for Disease Control is out after refusing to resign her position under pressure. After barely a month on the job with the agency, the Department of Health and Human Services announced that Susan Menares has been terminated. However, her attorney says she's not resigned, nor has she received notification from the White House that she's been fired. Menares was appointed by President Trump and confirmed in late July. We still have a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, HAP needs help. We'll tell you how the organization says summer has put a strain on its supply stock.
Also looking to avoid another loss. That was the case with the Orioles last night. The late inning drama at Camden Yards. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
5:40 on our Thursday morning. See some cloud cover in Cambridge right now on the FH Fair Cam, and starting to see some daylight as well. And chilly temperatures, 47 in Harrington, 53 in Millsboro, 51 in Gumboro. Make sure you bundle up this morning. First time we've said that this late summer. And then 60s at the beaches. And the winds are light, but they'll be turning out of the south today as we're seeing clouds beginning to increase. So we'll call it mostly cloudy for the morning. I think we do clear it out a little bit for the afternoon. We still have high pressure in place. Here's your golf forecast, and boy, my putting is really good the last couple of days. Look at that, right in the hole. 79, partly cloudy and mild on the golf course today. Looking good out there. And call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone for your latest forecast. I just updated it. It is sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico.
All right, we get it, Bobby. You're a pretty good putter. You are. All right, as we move along, Seaford police are asking for assistance in their efforts to find a red Chevrolet Impala with a Virginia license plate 2135 BBM. According to police, that was a car that was involved in a robbery at a Lowe's parking lot on Wednesday. Now, one important detail is that the rear passenger side tire is a spare. If you have any information, please contact the Seaford Police Department.
People in Georgetown, if you're looking to get involved, you can apply for appointments on the town's committee. The town is looking to fill 2 committees. One is the Supporting Housing Issues Committee, and the other is the America 250 Committee. To apply, you have to fill out an interest form that can be found on Georgetown's website. Those forms are due September 5th, and appointments are expected September 8th.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, everyone. The day is here. We've got college football in the first state. Let me set the scene for you before you check in with the Blue Hens on Thursday night. The big day has arrived. College football gets started for all programs across the country, and right here in our backyard, it's a battle for first state supremacy. Delaware State travels to Newark to face the Fighting Blue Hens and what will be new Delaware State head coach Deshaun Jackson's first game at the helm for the Hornets. Jackson and the team say they're heavily embracing the underdog role this year, and they will certainly be that on Thursday, as Vegas has DSU as 29.5-point dogs to the newest team in Conference USA. On the other side, the Blue Hens aim to continue its unbeaten streak in season openers under head coach Ryan Carty. For his career, Carty is 22-1 in home openers as both a player and a coach. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. local time. On the baseball diamond, the Orioles dropped their 3rd straight to the Red Sox on Wednesday night, losing 3-2. The O's led 2-1 going into the 9th inning thanks to RBIs from Dylan Beavers and Colton Cowser, but Ceddanne Rafaela hit a go-ahead 2-run shot in the 9th inning to power the Red Sox for the win. The final game of the series is later tonight. That'll do it for sports. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day and catch our high school football game on Game of the Night only on the Delmarva Sports Network.
Yeah, coming up tonight on DSN at 6:30, it's Scoops and Scores. Then at 7, as you just heard, Delaware high school football. It's live when Cape hosts St. Mark's, and then catch the final score at 11 tonight. On the DSN Plus app at 6, Indian River takes on Odessa. At 7, Woodbridge travels to Cesar Rodney. Delmar faces Delaware Military Academy.
It's a K-pop world, and fans are happily living in it. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
The world will know you as pop stars.
Make that record-setting Pop Stars. The soundtrack for Netflix's K-pop Demon Hunters has 4 songs in the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 simultaneously, the first time any soundtrack album has achieved that feat. The soundtrack itself is currently number 2 on the Billboard 200 album chart, and with a CD out now to augment streaming totals, taking the number 1 spot could be just a matter of time.
This is for my play. It's about people who buy into the idea of love and then just discover it's actually a black hole of betrayal and despair.
Newcomer Everett Blunk stars in Griffin in Summer as a 14-year-old playwriting prodigy whose world is turned upside down by an itinerant handyman and performance artist. The coming-of-age film, which won top honors at the Tribeca Festival, opens in theaters Friday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up right now for free at coasttv.com and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
A live look into Ocean City, starting to see some daylight and some cloud cover as well. 65, it's a chilly start. Some 40s inland areas. It'll be milder a little bit later today, but temperatures still running below average even into the upcoming holiday weekend, and it will be staying dry. I'll have your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Now 5:47, and we are taking a live look outside at Rehoboth Beach, which is a place we expect to be very busy over this holiday weekend, Bob, but these temperatures are not feeling like Labor Day.
No, and you know, yesterday, well, you were mentioning earlier, Lisa, that you saw people at the pool and not in the pool
yes.
yesterday for good reason.
Yeah.
You know, we had that feel of fall out there, and I think that will continue into the upcoming holiday weekend. And look at our temperature departure from normal in the past month or so. You see all these levels that are below normal, a lot of them in only a handful of days where we saw above normal temperatures, but it's been a cool pattern dating all the way back towards the end of July through August, and now we're nearing September, and it looks like that trend will continue right through the Labor Day holiday weekend. Average highs now still in the mid-80s. We're not going to be anywhere near that the next couple of days. 79 today, 81 Friday, cooler on Saturday, 76, and then 77 both Sunday and Monday with a cool breeze as well. And speaking of cool, in fact, chilly, it's 47 in Harrington right now. The first 40s of the season, 53 in Millsboro, 52 in Dagsboro, Ocean City 65, Indian River Inlet 64, a little milder at the coast, and the winds are light right now, but they'll be picking up throughout the day. We've got cloud cover building in. We'll call it mostly cloudy skies. Now moving into Delmarva from Virginia. Nothing in the way of precipitation with this cloud cover, just an area of clouds, and those stretch back into the Carolinas. We still have high pressure in place right now, but this high will start to slide offshore. We'll get into a southwesterly flow, and then farther to the north, we're watching a cold front across the Great Lakes. Unfortunately, this will dry out. We're not going to see any rain with it, but we'll see that front coming through as we go through the latter part of Friday, and then that will set us up for a cool weekend on the way. Here's Futurecast this morning. We've got the cloud cover and temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Don't need the umbrella. Still mostly cloudy through mid-morning, and then I think by noon we start to break up the clouds. Temperatures into the mid-70s. That's about it. Some upper 70s and 70s at the coast as well. And this model is painting maybe a few showers by mid-afternoon, but I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't have the umbrella. I think we're just looking at partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 70s, and then 60s and 70s this evening. And then through the overnight, I think the winds will be coming in out of the south and with some cloud cover, not as chilly on your Friday morning, starting out in the 50s and low 60s, even some low to mid 60s at the beaches. By noon on your Friday, big getaway day for the holiday weekend, mid to upper 70s, and then upper 70s close to 80 in Salisbury as we go into Friday afternoon, and 70s as we head towards the coast. Then it's going to cool down Friday night into Saturday morning as the winds turn out of the north, but they're coming in out of the south as we go into this afternoon and then through the overnight, keeping us a little milder, shifting to the west tomorrow and then coming out of the north on Saturday and much of the weekend, keeping us cool. In fact, we're below normal really the first week of September right through the 6th. So through the Labor Day holiday weekend and into next week, we're expecting temperatures, well, below normal. 79 in Harrington today, 77 in Milford and Laurel. Partly cloudy skies, winds picking up out of the southwest. Cambridge 77, 81 in Federalsburg. And then farther south, Pocomoke City around 80 degrees, Chincoteague 79, Ocean City at 77. Paul, they have a 7-day forecast. Friday is the warmest day of the next several, 81, and overnight lows cool into the mid-50s over the holiday weekend. But great travel weather. Perhaps you're heading to the beach for the last time this season. It's going to be cool. Highs only into the mid-70s Saturday, Sunday, and Labor Day. Monday, mostly sunny. And then upper 70s still dry and partly cloudy Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, thank you, Bob. Happening now, Humane Animal Partners says it is in need of essential supplies. According to the organization, the summer season has completely depleted their stock. HAP says there are over 200 kittens in its care. The organization says its most needed items include cat food, kitten formula, also soft dog treats and harnesses, slip leads, and ceramic bowls for recovering animals.
Those movies and TV shows you've purchased on Amazon don't actually belong to you. Now Amazon is facing a lawsuit over the situation. A proposed class action lawsuit was filed last week in Washington federal court against Amazon, accusing the company of a bait and switch. The person who filed the lawsuit says she purchased episodes of Nickelodeon TV series in May, but later found her purchases were no longer available.
YouTube TV subscribers will still be able to watch Fox's content, at least for now. The two companies announced they've reached a short-term extension to their distribution deal as they continue to work on a new agreement. A blackout of all of Fox's content on Google-owned YouTube TV was scheduled to go into effect Wednesday night. However, neither Fox nor YouTube clarified how long the extension will last.
The time is now 5:53, and we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
All right, today's coastal pet of the day, a cat. Near and dear to my heart. Again, my son making submissions for the pets. The newest addition to our family, that's Coco, everybody. Coco has lots of energy and loves her new home. And yes, even better, Elisa, she is a Penn State fan.
Well, she's very cute, but I don't know about the Penn State fan part. Well, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva, more of Matt's pets too. You can send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. Take a look at your screen.
Yeah, scan the QR code at the top of your screen, like my son did without my knowledge, to submit your friends to Coast TV News. Then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is 5:56, and we're going to take another look at our very cool forecast.
Yeah, sweatshirt or light jacket. Recommended for late August, Bob. Go figure.
I know. Time to switch out the wardrobe, switch from summer to fall, because you'll need that heavier sweatshirt. We're seeing some 40s out there this morning. It's going to be chilly in the 50s. Then we'll see a southwesterly breeze and temperatures warming into the upper 70s later today. Lots of clouds this morning, some peaks of sun this afternoon. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Friday, 81. That's a warm day. And then another shot of cool air heading into the Labor Day holiday weekend with highs into the mid-70s. That's it. And cool 50s at night and staying dry right through the weekend into a good chunk of next week. And we stay pretty cool. Upper 70s through Wednesday, lower 80s by Thursday and Friday. And then Friday looks like our next rain chance. So we're pretty dry right until then. And then as we head into the first weekend of September, looking sunny on Saturday and a high of 79.
All right, thanks, Bob. And coming up in our next hour, Wednesday night, Wallops flight. We finally get that liftoff from the NASA facility. What happens when the rockets reach space? That and more when we continue with Coast TV News today.